So the Pennsylvania Turnpike and Keep Pennsylvania Beautiful are teaming up to prevent cigarette litter at Turnpike service plazas. Joining us now is Heidi Petticone, the Director of Programs for Keep Pennsylvania Beautiful. Heidi, thank you so much for joining us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
So how will the cigarette litter prevention program work?
So it's a really simple program. We basically take any transition area, which is the area right outside, where the inside of a building, someone walks to the outside. We start by doing a simple count of the cigarette butts that are there. We then put a receptacle in place, do another count after, and that way we're able to calculate our percentage of reduction of the cigarette butts to show some measurable results, all while installing a new cigarette receptacle for people to use.
Yeah, so this is happening at 17 service plazas across the area?
Yes, across the state, yes.
And the concept of throwing away a cigarette, you think would be simple, right? But apparently it's not. Why did the organization choose cigarette littering to focus on?
Well, actually, a lot of our programs that we do at Keep Pennsylvania Beautiful are all kind of centered around some of our own research that we've done. So in 2019, we teamed up with PennDOT and with the Department of Environmental Protection, and we did a statewide litter survey across all of Pennsylvania. You would not be surprised that the number one most littered item in Pennsylvania are cigarette butts by about 37% of the entire waste stream. We found that at any one time, there's more than 500 million pieces of litter on Pennsylvania's roadways. So we work really hard to try to get the education in place and also the infrastructure. So simply putting cigarette receptacles at a lot of these areas is going to really help with the litter problem.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Talk to us about what happens after people throw away the stubs into the receptacles. Where will those cigarettes go for recycling?
Well, you would think that they might just end up in the trash, but we tend to take things, a step further at our organization. So those are actually partnered with a company called TerraCycle. So for instance, at the Turnpike Commission, those cigarette butts emptied out of the receptacles are going to be put into a container that is mailed automatically back to TerraCycle. And then at their facility, they're actually separated. The paper and the tobacco is separated from the filters. And those filters contain a product that can be remelted into plastic pellets and then actually used for, plastic lumber, benches. We've actually put some of those plastic lumber benches at state parks where we worked in the past. So it's a really nice full circle program.
Yeah, a lot of work will go into it. And I think a lot of people don't even realize the harmful effects of something as small as a cigarette butt. Can you talk to us about how bad it is for the environment, for animals?
Sure, it's terrible. It can leach different contaminants. Nicotine and tobacco have a lot of harmful ingredients in them, and of course, animals can eat those items. All litter drains into storm drains and waterways, and that eventually ends up in bays and oceans. So simply things like turtles could eat some of those cigarette butts, and then obviously not very good for their health.
Heidi, now we've laid everything out. Do you think people will do their part?
I sure hope they will, because we're working pretty hard to get a lot of these programs underway across the state. We've been doing these different programs for 35 years. So hoping everyone will, help us out and do the right thing with litter.
Heidi Petticone, thank you so much for being here for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.